those who were present, the fact that we paid tribute to that individual without knowing who he was a terrible error and a violation of the memory of those who cruelly suffered at the hands of the Nazi regime.
It was the personal responsibility of the Prime Minister to invite President Zelensky to the floor of this House of Commons. It was his personal responsibility to make sure it was a diplomatic success. It was his personal responsibility to continue to lead the government that has the security, intelligence, and diplomatic agencies that could have and should have vetted all individuals who were present and recognized. Yet this Prime Minister allowed for a monumental, unprecedented, and global shame to unfold in this chamber. Will he take personal responsibility for this shame and personally apologize on behalf of himself?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
So, yet again, we have an example of humans needing to point the finger at one person for something that happens. Can I mind you, this was someone brought into somewhere where a group of over 100 people stood and applauded, completely agreed, not knowing anything about what they're applauding for. And then they find out after, and they're angry. They're not taking accountability, each and every single human being who applauded, for what they believe was an unrightful applaud, because they're so stuck on holding on to the past instead of focusing on issues we have right now. They want this man to stand at the podium and take the blame for every single one of their hands clapping together. Do we think for ourselves?
All of us in this House, I would like to present unreserved apologies for what took place on Friday and to President Zelensky and the Ukrainian delegation for the position they were put in. For all of us who were present, to have unknowingly recognized this individual was a terrible mistake and a violation of the memory of those who suffered grievously at the hands of the Nazi regime.
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
And again, a good speech comes along, and they stand and they applaud, while some of them were just talking over him so that he could barely speak. There comes a time when I start to look at these things and say, these are children. These are absolutely children, and they're running shit. This is insane. If you don't look at stuff like this and think for a second, what are we doing? Why do we need to put the blame on someone all the time when something happens instead of, what we could do? Have a conversation about it. But they won't. They just they either completely applaud the man for being a part of a war, or if they don't agree with the side that he was on, they completely have to ostracize him. This man is over 90 years old. Do you not think that maybe he's learned something from the time he was in the war to now? And maybe we could have a conversation with this man about what he's learned, or even his position on the fact we don't let him speak for himself at all. This is insane. It's insane. And this pattern is happening over and over again. Look, pretty suits, nice outfits. They all go to this place and they just sit and they wait. We need to start thinking for ourselves. I was taught if you don't have anything to bring to the table, then, well, you might not eat dinner. I don't know what anyone here is bringing to the table other than just pushing legislation, regurgitating what they've heard. This isn't going to solve things.